There's a quiet revolution happening right now. It's in living rooms, coffee shops, and even on subway rides. It's a movement that's less about fast fashion and more about slow stitches. More and more Gen Zers and Millennials are picking up our crochet hooks, and we're not just doing it as a pastime, we're doing it to heal and we're doing it to reconnect. Some call it a trend, others call it a renaissance. I'm calling it the Great Craft Revival. In this video, we're going to explore why fiber arts like crochet are making such a powerful comeback, what it says about our culture and our need for something real, and how this age-old craft is helping us to slow down and find joy in the simple things. Let's face it, most of us spend 7+ hours a day staring at screens and then unwind by staring at more screens. It's no wonder why we're all feeling burnt out, anxious, and weirdly unfulfilled. And this is where crochet comes in. It's a break from the buzz. When your hands are busy, your mind slows down, and it's one of the few things that brings us back to the present moment. There's a real mental health benefit to making something with your hands. It's meditative, it's grounding, and it's the antidote to digital burnout. There's no surprise that there are studies to back this up. Crafts like crochet reduce stress, improve your focus, and give your brain the serotonin boost that it needs. Engaging in crafts like knitting and crochet has been linked to a significant decrease in the risk of mild cognitive impairment. And a study published in the Journal of Neuropsychiatry and Clinical Neurosciences found that individuals participating in such activities had a 30 to 50% lower chance of developing mild cognitive impairment compared to those who didn't engage in these crafts. A study titled Happy Hookers explored the effects of crochet on well-being and revealed that 74% of participants reported feeling calmer and more relaxed after crocheting. In a 2013 international survey of 3,545 knitters, those that knitted more often, at least 3 times a week, had a better sense of well-being and accomplishment and reported higher cognitive function than those that knitted less frequently. So if you're wanting to learn a new craft or even improve your skills, you'll love the sponsor of this video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare has thousands of classes in fiber arts, design, and even how to turn your craft into a business. Think of it as your creative home base, but without the ads and distractions. Can you believe that I've been crocheting for this long, but I haven't officially learned how to knit? So right now I'm taking the Knitting 101, Everything You Need to Know About Knitting with Confidence class by Vincent Williams, and it's been really fun learning the basics of continental knitting. Right now, the first 500 of you who click the link in the description box below will get a free 1-month trial of Skillshare. So definitely check that out, and thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video. We're living in a world that moves fast, and algorithms want us to scroll faster, trends cycle by the week, and hustle culture tells us we're not doing enough. So it's no wonder that so many of us, especially Millennials and Gen Zers, are choosing to rebel in literally the softest way possible with yarn. Crochet has become a quiet symbol of resistance, and it's part of this growing slow living movement where we value presence over productivity. It's literally one stitch at a time, no shortcuts, no instant results, and that's kind of the point. We're shifting from fast fashion to handmade wardrobes, from burnout to boundaries, and from grind harder to rest is radical. Plus, there's something rebellious about wearing a granny square dress out to brunch. Fiber arts have always had this power, from political crafting circles to anti-consumerist collectives, and there's a long history of using threads and needles to challenge the status quo. Today's generation is picking up that thread literally. Let's be real, fast fashion made us all dress the same. Walk into any chain store and it's the same beige crop tops, the same polyester blazers, the same silhouettes over and over again. It's easy, it's cheap, and it's everywhere. But crochet is the opposite of that. And for a lot of people, crochet is a way to express who you are and your own unique personal style. Every stitch is intentional and every piece is one of a kind. When you make something by hand, you're not just creating your own clothing, but also building your identity and your personal style into your wardrobe. It's a quiet rebellion against fast fashion, against mass production, and against being told how to look. Instead of copying trends, we're creating them. And crochet lets you experiment, play, and show up in a way that's uniquely you. And that's powerful. If you want to dress up like a cottagecore fairy one day and a goblin core mushroom the next, crochet lets you do that. Want to make clothes that actually fit your body? You can do that too. Want to create pieces that are well made and made with sustainable materials? With crochet and knitting, you can do this as well. And of course, it's about community. There's something magical about the way that fiber arts connect us through social media and YouTube, but also in real life stitch circles. In a world that can feel so isolating, these crafts have become a way to find each other, to say, I see you and I make things too, and you belong here. I've been able to meet and connect with so many of you across the world here on this YouTube channel because of crochet, and would never have imagined that we would be growing such a community here. So crochet is a mode of personal expression. It connects us together and connects us to a tradition that ties us to our ancestral wisdom. For a long time, crafts like crochet were seen as lesser, demised as women's work and trivial hobbies or something your grandma did to just pass the time. But it's really exciting to see younger generations are reclaiming these skills, not just for fun, but also to honor something much deeper. When I pick up my hook, I'm not just making a cute top or a trendy bag. I'm tapping into generations of creativity, of care, survival, and it isn't outdated, it's ancestral knowledge. Reclaiming the craft means that we're acknowledging that these domestic arts hold real value, emotional value, cultural value, economic value, and in doing so, we're pushing back against systems that try to undervalue them in the first place. What once was dismissed is now being recentered with purpose and with power. And some of us are even turning this passion into profit. Whether you're selling your own crochet patterns, taking commissions, creating content, or teaching online, fiber arts have quietly become a legit business model. And what I love about it is that it builds community. People are not just buying your products, but they're supporting you, your story, your style, and your vision. And this kind of connection, you won't find this in mass production. So if you ever wondered, could I actually make money doing this? The answer is yes, you can. You just have to start. And if you're thinking about launching your own fiber art business, I've got a whole playlist called the Entrepreneur Playlist. You can definitely check out that playlist next, and there are a bunch of resources over there to help you make it happen. So if you've been thinking about picking up your hook, consider this your sign. The craft revival is here, and honestly, there's never been a better time to be a fiber artist. Whether you're using it as a hobby or you want to turn it into a small business, you can join the movement one stitch at a time. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to this channel and join back up with me each week for more videos. Also comment below if you're a part of our community here. I love chatting away with you all down there. And if you're brand new, check out some of my beginner tutorials, and also check out my website for patterns. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me in the next one.